Stop. Just stop for a moment. Pause everything. Take a deep breath. I know you're exhausted. You've been fighting for so long. You've given everything you have. And right now, every part of you is screaming, I can't do this anymore. I need to stop. And maybe you've even been thinking, I've already come so far. Maybe that's enough. Maybe it is okay to quit now. But I need to tell you something. Right now, you're in the late rounds. And the late rounds, that's where fights are won. Let me show you what I mean by this. In boxing, there are 12 rounds. In the early rounds, both fighters, they're fresh, they're fast, they're sharp. They're throwing combinations, they're dancing around the ring, throwing on a show. But by round 9, round 10, round 11, everything changes. Both fighters are exhausted. Their legs are heavy. Their arms feel like they weigh 100 pounds. Every breath burns. Every punch hurts. And in that moment, when both fighters are completely depleted, the fight isn't decided by who's stronger. It's decided by who has one more round in them. And that's exactly where you are right now. You're not in round 1 anymore, not even round 5. You're not fresh. You're not full of energy. That's because you're in the late rounds and you are exhausted. And everything in you is telling you to quit. But here's what you need to understand. Your opponent is exhausted too. So let me tell you what happens in the late rounds. Most knockouts don't happen in round 1 or 2 or even round 7. They actually happen in rounds 9, 10, round 11, not because fighters suddenly get weaker, but because one fighter decides they have one more round left in them. And the other one just doesn't. Think about it. Both fighters are at their absolute limit. Both fighters are in pain. Both fighters are questioning if they can continue. But one of them digs deeper. One of them finds something extra. One of them says, I don't know if I have much left, but I have one more round. And that's the one fighter who wins the whole thing. Not because they were stronger from the start. Not because they had it easier, but because they lasted one round longer. And that's you right now. You've been fighting. You've been struggling. You've been pushing through round after round of setbacks, failures, exhaustion. And now you're in the late rounds. And now you're thinking about quitting. But here's what you don't see. Everyone else is also thinking about quitting. Your competition, the challenges in front of you, the obstacles that seem insurmountable. Obviously, everyone, they're all exhausted too. So let me tell you why people quit in the late rounds. It's not because they're weak. It's not because they didn't work hard enough to get to where they are. It's because they don't realize how close they are to winning, to success, to the breakthrough. You see, in the early rounds, quitting feels just like failure. You just started. You haven't invested enough yet, so you keep going. But in the late rounds, you've been fighting for so long. You've given so much. And the exhaustion, it just makes you think, Maybe I've already done enough. Maybe it's okay to stop now. But here is the cruel truth. The late rounds are where everything you've invested pays off. All those early rounds, they were preparation. They were training. They were building your endurance. But the late rounds, that's where you win. That's your finest hour. That's what everything prepared you for. And that's where most people quit, right before the knockout, right before the breakthrough, right before everything they've been working toward finally happens. Because they don't realize in the late rounds, surviving one more round is the same as winning. So let me ask you this. Do you have one more round in you? Not 10 more rounds, not 5 more rounds, just one. Because here's the truth. You don't need to know how many rounds are left. You just need to survive this one out. One more day of showing up. One more week of pushing forward. One more month of refusing to quit. That's all it takes. And I know you're tired. I know you've been fighting for so long. I know every part of you wants to rest. But here's what I need you to understand right now. You're not starting from zero. You're in the late rounds. All the work you've already done, it's not wasted. It's compound interest. It's building towards something greater than you can imagine. And if you quit now in the late rounds, when you're this close, you're walking away from everything you've already invested and sacrificed and prepared to reach this point. You didn't come this far to quit in the late rounds. You came this far because you're the kind of person who finishes fights. So here's what I need you to do right this moment. Stop thinking about how many rounds are left. Stop asking yourself if you can make it to the end. Just ask yourself, can I do one more round? Not a month, not a year, just one more round. One more day, one more week, one more step forward, one foot in front of the other. And if you need to make it official, if you need to commit to doing this, leave a comment down below. Just type, one more round, let's go. Also say it out loud. Tell yourself, because when you commit to one more round, you give yourself permission to keep going without needing to see the finish line. Remember, you're in the late rounds. And yes, you are exhausted. Yes, you're questioning if you can continue. Yes, you might feel like you just want to give up and quit right now. But so is everyone else. So is every obstacle in your way. The difference is you're going to last one round longer. And why? Why do you ask? Because you did not come this far to quit now. You came this far to win, and winners finish fights in the late rounds. One more round. That's all you need. So keep going. You've got this.